Hello there, this is 01 Chef of Team Sasquatch, and today we're going to be doing the first episode in the sparkles test. Now this is a long running test that we've been doing. As you'll see from our YouTube channel, we have the Shoot Sparkles in the Knee series, 3-part series. We went to various different airsoft sites in Essex and shot sparkles in the knee and various other places. You can see this in some of the clips that are playing. The reason we've done this is because sparkles in the knee has become excellent at gauging how good an airsoft gun is, whether that be Tippmann, an AEG, a pistol, particularly Mark 23s is very, very susceptible to those. And what we're going to be doing today is having a look at the newest addition to my arsenal, which is the Mad Max Sawn shotgun. It has had some modifications, which we're going to go through. So what we have here is the shotgun itself. It is a sawn-off shotgun. If you've gone after one of these, you'll know pretty much everything about it. So we're not going to go through all the finer details. But what I am going to say is I have made some changes to this. Now I've changed the valve pushers, the extractor, and I've added these sleeves inside the tubes. And this is to accommodate the APS Smart Air cartridge. This is far superior to the cartridge that it originally comes with. The issue with these is the O-ring in here. It doesn't really hold tight enough, and what you can see is this one's actually gone. So it doesn't really allow the gun to function as it should. With these it's CO2, it's a very, very different system. All of them are currently loaded because we're going to go and meet Sparkles in a moment, and we're going to use him as our test dummy as he's done so well. Effectively, if you're going to spend the money, it is quite a considerable sum. The internal parts come from Shapeways. These shells are not cheap. You're going to know how this all works. There are loads of videos on YouTube about it. Effectively, you fill it from the top using a CO2 adapter. You add around 10 BBs, that's what I've got here in a moment. You could fit more if you was a little bit more fiddly. In the bottom, there are these. Now, proper shotgun users will know what all this is called, I don't. And then a bit of paper on the top that holds it all together. It's the same on both of the bits of paper. Underneath this one will be a skull, and on the top of this one is the APS logo. I have tested these. They are much, much better than the original shells. And the only reason we need to put these in is because they are much smaller. I've removed the inner barrels from these as well, as you can see, because we no longer need those with these. So it becomes a bit more of a scatter gun. Very, very good scatter, as we're going to see later on when we test it on our crash test dummy. So why don't we do that? Let's go to Sparkles Testing HQ, go outside and test this gun. Now, one thing I would like to do before we go and test this, and I should have done this at the beginning, completely forgot, this is episode number 1 after all, is give a big shout out to Gordon at Battlezone Airsoft. He is the IC of the B team also, and if you've seen it in our videos, you'll know that we run out with those guys quite often. Brilliant bunch of guys, great laugh. But one thing that Gordon does, other than owning an absolute top-notch airsoft shop in Pitsea in Essex, I will put the web address on there, physical address, all those bits and pieces. He also getting custom orders, and that is what this was. Now he has another product that also takes these same shells, so he knew about those, but he had to find this for me, and luckily enough he managed to get one in really quickly actually, which was quite surprising. Normally, you know, people are trying to find stuff, it does take a little while, but he does loads of custom orders. If there's something out there that you want that you can't find, obviously it has to exist in airsoft, he'll probably be able to find it for you. He's really in there with lots of different importers, manufacturers, suppliers. He's a Tippmann tech as well. I've got a Tippmann from him, it is amazing. So if you need to find something, he can probably find it for you, so have a look. On top of custom orders, like I said, Amazing little shop down in Pitsea. He's got absolutely everything. Huge, great big gun wall. Pistols behind the counter. It looks like a scene out of John Wick when he goes to have a look for what he's going to be using on that particular evening. So yeah, big shout out to Gordon. Thank you very much. And let's go and test this gun. At Sparkles Testing HQ, we're in the outdoor arena, and because it is the British Spring, it is snowing, obviously, and it's bloody cold, so we're going to do this nice and quick. I've got 12 shells. We'll put a couple down range first, and I suppose really I should let Sparkles have a go as well, you know. Ooh. We've put a Mobius with a zoom lens on there. We've got a Mobius on the hat as well. So we're going to see how this goes. So first off, we'll just do a quick demonstration. That didn't work very well. That worked. So the first one obviously didn't have very much gas in it. And now it won't open. Which is always a good sign when you're doing a review. So yeah, so we did get it open. It's a little bit stiff. But yeah, so the first one obviously didn't have a lot of gas in it. So we'll have another go. We've got another two here, and I'm going to pass this over to Sparkles, who is going to just have a little test fire. He is going to be shot with it, so it's only fair really. So it looks like we're not getting the amount of gas correct. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're both wearing eye protection, we're both wearing mouth guards as well, because as everyone gets told in all of their safety briefings, dentistry is expensive. We're going to turn on some more cameras, and we are going to give it the Sparkles test.
Lovely.
Well, let's give it a crack. So here we are. We've got several cameras rolling now. We'll see which ones work. It is quite cold. We've got our very experienced test dummy over there. So let's see if this works. The first one doesn't. The second one did, which is always quite nice. See which one. So the lesson we're learning here is got to make sure you've got the right amount of gas. The right amount of gas, I think, was in those two. Now I'm sure at some point he's going to ask me how many shells I've got left, because he's going to want to shoot me. Yeah?
Not the knees.
Not the knees? Okay.
Oh! Oh!
Right then. Oh, yeah, that hurts.
Oh, definitely. Oh.
Okay. Come and join me over at the camera. So I think what we have determined is that if you get the right amount of gas, this thing really does hurt. Now over, what is that, probably about 6 metres. The spread wasn't massive out of all of them. I think it also depends on how tightly you pack that bit of paper at the top, which I showed you earlier. Funnily enough, these things in the box come with some little darts. These look really sharp, and they're 6mm, so they would go inside the original shells. But I can't really use them in good conscience at anything. I wouldn't even like to use them at a target because they just look so heavy, look like they're made out of lead. So Sparkles, how did that feel?
Painful.
Painful. So we've got a painful recommendation there. It's a bit hit and miss depending on how much gas you put in them. So that's going to be the main crux of it, is how much gas you make sure you got the right amount in there. So this is the first episode of the Sparkles test. We are at a very snowy Sparkles Test HQ in sunny Essex, normally, sometimes maybe for a week or two. So thank you very much for watching. Check out our other videos. I will put a link to the Shoot Sparkles in the Knee series. Thank you very much.